So that's the house that has the doorbell footage probably. Let's just double check. Yeah, we got this feature as well. That's the feature. Yep, there we go. So we found it. That's got the angle. Whoops, we've got this angle here, white. Bungalow, big thing, bungalow. I think that, and look, we've got the brown in the middle here. Brown in the middle. I think we're there. Yep, we've got this paving, angled paving, crackly road, and I think we have a fence here as well. Yeah, that's the fence for sure, just terrible rendering. So that's the house that has the doorbell footage probably. Let's just double check. Yeah, we got this feature as well. That's the feature. Yep, there we go. So we found it. So I'm going to try and see where the shoot is for Charlie Kirk, of Charlie Kirk, went after he did the shooting. So I'm just going to go back a bit.
Come out on the right, move.
And have a look at this footage.
Public safety.
You can see the camera that made that footage was attached to this building here, and it's mostly the first few parking places after this patch of green grass. So if we have a look where that might be, it must mean it's on the corner of the building around about here, although you can't see it with this low quality rendering from, I forgot what they call it now, photogrammetry, a result of Google Earth. So we're going to find out what building this is and have a look if we can find some better images. So if we go out into 2D view, we don't get any information. Let's have a look if we go on to maps, and we can see, if we look for that building, wherever it might be, here we are, there's that little upper building section, and that's the building. So this is Computer Science Building, or Smith College of Engineering. So if we have a look, that might be it there, to be honest. That little ball there, that might be the camera that caught him running away. Smith College of Engineering. Let's have a look at some photos. We've got some street view, perfect. So you can see that was the camera that captured the shooter getting off the building. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's it. I'm wondering if there's any more cameras. That seems like quite a drop to get off that building. What is that part of the building though? It looks like it looks empty. Might just be for it might be to get light into an atrium sort of area, I'm guessing. I've seen this before. It's a way to get light in is by rising it up, having windows, and then the light can come in and illuminate like an atrium like area. You can see the shooter got off the building there, and he ran across this grass.
If you look up to the top left, you'll...
So you can see him. He comes from behind that section of building, from this corner. So he passes this way, and he goes to that little white chunk of the building. He goes to the right, mostly almost to the corner of that section, climbs down, and he's got something in his hand. It does look like the weapon, but I don't know, it kind of looks like it's loose and floppy at the same time. So he kind of like rappels down until his feet reaches the top of the windows here. At that point, there's nothing left to do but just let go, and he falls quite a distance, and he lands on one spot, and then he bends his knees to absorb most of the impact. He doesn't roll it out, but I would expect that probably would have hurt quite a bit. Obviously not to any massive degree by the looks of it, because he can just go straight away. But you can see that when he was doing that, there is people walking around on this street. And that street is this street here. So they're walking up, probably up this path here, which then, yeah, probably up this path. So he runs across this green patch here, and as soon as he gets to almost towards the path, he just starts walking, I suppose, to try and blend in. And he crosses the road somewhere into this wooded area here. So if we look at that again, so he runs across that path. So he definitely doesn't have the gun in his trousers at this point. I don't think he does. But I do think he's got a weapon wrapped in something. In like a jumper or something, or a piece of clothing. As soon as he gets to around this lamp, he starts walking. Now, these cars here, whoever they were, they might have dash cams. Same for these, they might have dash cams. So if they can get hold of these people, it might show some more information. And you can see at this point, it just looks like a normal person. There he is. So he crosses the road, waits to cross the road. You can see there, they have like a Premiere Pro sequence there. New photo. New photo 2, new photo 3. There's that rucksack he probably had. So I don't know if this image is in... Is that moments before the getting to the roof, or is this like another day? I think it must be before he gets to the roof. So he goes up steps in that building to get to position. not climbing like the way he got down. So he has like on his clothes he has like an American flag with something in the middle. So clearly he's very patriotic. So you can see clearly has a phone of some sort in his pocket, so that may be collecting GPS data. Unless he's turned off, maybe he's turned on aeroplane mode, then there won't be anything, potentially. Maybe he didn't think about things like that, so he must have an account probably, and whatever phone he's using. Just logging all his GPS position. And if we go back, we can see, I'm going to try and find this house. So he's kind of limping there. So he's either hurt himself from that jump, or he's got the weapon in his trousers, so he can't hinge his legs very easily. So I'm going to try and find this house here, wherever this footage from. So let's just have a look at some of the features. So it seems to be a kind of a triangular white smooth driveway with white railings, no gate, and then we've got two houses in front with a gap of something with a brown field here. So two bungalow looking houses, and each house have a triangular roofs after. Well, okay, let's have a look based on that. So if we go out, let's go to Google Earth. So he crossed to go in this wooded area. So let's have a look for which house that might be. Yeah, some of that brown, that's got the brown material. But these driveways are not matching the shape. Of course, there's also the case if this image is old or outdated, it doesn't really help. He most likely did not go down these little streets, probably kept to the main piece of the street. Perhaps he went down this way. That looks a bit like the shape, but the houses in front do not match at all. So let's just have another look. So it looks like a fairly straight road there. It's a very big area. Very, very big area. But because we have this brown feature, can't see any numbers on houses here. And there's brown features everywhere here, unfortunately. It's most likely some of this brown. Don't think it's any of these houses. Bit difficult. Of course, we've got some construction going on here. Bloody, look at these roads. It's like cobblestone. What about that? That's got the angle. Whoops, we've got this angle here, white. Bungalow, big thing, bungalow. I think that, and that we've got the brown in the middle here. Brown in the middle. I think we're there. Yep, we got this paving, angled paving, crackly road, and I think we have a fence here as well. Yeah, that's the fence for sure, just terrible rendering. So that's the house that has the doorbell footage probably. Let's just double check. Yeah, we got this feature as well. That's the feature. Yep, there we go. So we found it. So if we zoom back out again, this is right next to where he fled. So it looks like he walked down, he must have came down that street here, which is, if he said he dumped the rifle here, he must have then come back out and then walked down this street. And he walked past this house. So they must have a doorbell. somewhere there on this section of the house, because we can see this angle, so it must be somewhere there. So if we go to back to this one again and we look down, so across the road here, that looks like the street, I think. Looks a bit different. Yeah, it does look different. I think this view is not up to date, so that's a bit confusing. So there's a big car park there. Ah, there we go. Totally in the wrong place. So if we put street view here, drop it there, we can. You just walk down here. That's crazy. Let's have a look down here. Ah, that's the building. There we are. There's the houses. So they must have a camera of some sort, and I think it might be that, but it doesn't really look like a camera, that. But maybe this is too old. They're probably, yeah, 2019. This is going to be a bit old. They've probably got a camera since then, and we don't have any newer footage. Anyway, that's the driveway. That feature looks different. Desert brown area. So he went down here somewhere. God, these roads are terrible, man. Oh, just cracked to pieces. So it's crazy to think this person's house had a Charlie Kirk killer walk across her path. No parking any time. So he most likely, did he have a car parked somewhere around here? Or did he just keep walking and walking? Could have parked here. Do they have cameras? They're not cameras. So this is definitely after. Because not only is he limping, probably did hurt himself from that jump. Because look, if this was after, he would have already got rid of the weapon. They said they found the weapon in the woods. So this is just purely from that jump, I think. Because it was quite a long drop. There's no way that wouldn't be painful. So he's obviously in some discomfort here. But I don't really understand this. Why would he be up there? Why would he be... Why would he be up there? Doesn't make any sense. Unless that's related to when he dropped off the weapon. See, this is got to be before, because he's walking fine now and he's walking towards the site. So the question is, where is the footage, if there is any footage, of him getting on this roof to see where he comes out? Because I don't see, apart from these ladders here, there's a ladder there. I've seen a better image somewhere. He's perched on there. Perfect line of sight. So he must have, if that was afterwards, dropped the gun off somewhere in here, crossed into this street here, then he either went back onto his road to get down here. That doesn't seem likely though. He would most likely go onto this street here via this road here, and because you can see him from that house. But would he have gone through there? No, it just seems strange to me. More likely to have gone on the road here, unless he crossed here, went into this area. That is the wooded area, not this one. I think it's more like this being the wooded area. Oh, this one, that's it. I think he climbed up through here, chucked the gun somewhere, crossed maybe into there, or chucked the gun into here. Then when you can see him on that footage in this brown area, that makes sense. That's why we could see from this house him in this area. Why else would he be there? That doesn't make any sense. So I think that's what happened. So if we go back to the footage again, see, is that him or is that just someone random they're zooming into? But that's him coming back. No, that's not him. Wait a minute. House is that way. He was walking that way. Yeah, sorry, I've made a mistake there. He is limping to the place. Therefore, it's not from the jump. That is from the weapon being awkwardly placed in his trousers. He's going this way to the site. And when he's coming back through this mess of woods, gets rid of the weapon somewhere in here. That's why he's seen going across there. That's it. Makes sense. So he is seen going somewhere through these, probably back into these trees, coming out somewhere around here. Maybe he parked his car here. um, somewhere around here, and then drove off. Because I haven't seen any other footage from houses, which makes you think there is none because he wasn't seen anywhere else. So he drove off from a car park somewhere around here. So if I just go back again, let's look at this again. I don't know why. Where is the beginning of this footage? Like, why do we not see how long he was lying there or where he came up? I want to see that. So let's have a look again. Running, running, running. I don't know why you'd run. That just makes you look suspicious. So why does the footage end there? So cross is there. So he either went into the, yeah, I think he must have, at this point he must have gone across here, followed it into this gap, into these trees, across this bit of brown, into these trees, got rid of the weapon. Now is seen walking through here into these trees, or potentially this street here. So maybe these guys have video. They have probably already been to these guys' houses. Let's have a look. 8. Have a look. So we can have a look in this street here. (2023), so it's quite a modern photo, this one. So we can have a look. Do these people have doorbells? Doorbell cam? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Let's have a look at this guy's house. Doesn't look like it. What's that? No doorbell cam. Perhaps they have them now. I don't, you know. Nothing. Nothing. Unless there's something under this. Do these people have it? Doesn't appear so. He's probably, I reckon he's got a car somewhere on, either on that street, it's here, or parked somewhere on this street and then drove away. I'm not seeing any cameras. go back down this street. That might be a camera, but I don't know. Doesn't really look like one. I think it's old photo. Yeah, so that's about as much as I can work with. Dead end. No cameras. The cameras. Does this guy have cameras? No. Nobody does. Nope. So I'm just trying to see. That's that street, the footpath, crossing onto this, near these little trees. Probably walks into this gap here. Perhaps he walks along the road. But I'm pretty sure it was what I said earlier. In here, through these trees. Let's have a look. There's no street view here. That's great. Anyway, that's all I can do. That's all I can figure out, unless there's more footage. Yeah. So yeah, all fun.